Greetings, CBC, and welcome to this week's Sunday warm-up. Our text for this week is John chapter 6, verses 30 to 40. We're going very slowly through the book of John, about a year and a half, and we're spending almost 2 months just here in John chapter 6. Now, what we're seeing this week is one of the reasons why I want to go very slowly through this. There's a lot packed into these 10 verses. So, first and foremost, go very slowly through these verses. As always, my recommendation is to just read those verses and begin to write out an outline just right through the verses. I don't need to go to other passages. I don't need to go to any other thing. No other commentaries, nothing. Just read John 6, 30 to 40 first. If you do nothing else, immerse yourself in those verses. That would be a wonderful use of our time in preparation for this Sunday. I would go back and reread verses 1 to 29. Be familiar with the context of John 6 as a whole as we're reading. Then, as we're working through, and I'll give you these other references as I kind of go point by point through here. You have the opening couple of verses of John 6, verses 30 to 31, of the people essentially saying to Jesus, like, if this is who you say you are and we should believe in you, then prove it. They're seeking a sign. It reminded me of doubting Thomas that we see at the end of the book of John. So take a look at John 20, verses 24 to 29. Also, when you get into then John 6, verses 32 to 34, there's some contextual things that we ought to be familiar with, and that should take us back to Exodus 16 and 17. It'd be good to familiarize ourselves with that original telling of the story of the manna that was coming down from heaven. Also, as that section ends in John 6, you see the people saying, and not quite sure yet that Jesus is this bread that comes from heaven. They're just saying, sir, this bread that comes from heaven that you're talking about, we want this bread. Give us this bread. It just reminded me, just go back for a reference to it, of John 4, verse 15. Note what the Samaritan woman said, the woman at the well, about Jesus and his reference to the living water. Note what she said. It's very, very similar to what the people here are saying about the bread. And then lastly, as we wrap things up in the last 4 verses of John 6, 36 to 40, I want to have us go to Romans 8, 28 to 39. Romans 8, 28 to 39, and also Matthew 11, verse 28. So if you're looking at all of that in its entirety this week, there's quite a bit of passages for us to take a look at in preparation for Sunday. We're going to do our best to just kind of walk slowly through those verses and really spend some time just processing what's being said there in the context of John 6, but also then seeking those relevant applications for us today as we know and understand and believe to be true that Jesus Christ is our bread for our lives, that nourishes, sustains, and feeds our souls here and now and for all of eternity. So that's our passages for this week. Blessings to you this week. Prayers for you as always. Appreciate your prayers and our time together for Sunday morning as we gather together. God bless you. Have a wonderful week.